today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the Houston Texans to a Super Bowl.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in Week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
And to me, he's one of the 2 most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I add Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
A gain there of 21 yards.
The sack on 1st down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Jackson's pass intercepted.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. eluding the pressure right. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. We're scoreless after one.
Brian Anger in punt formation for the Texans.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for the Ravens. 59 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Marquise Brown coming off of a solid rookie season, 46 catches, 584 yards, but he was never 100% in his rookie year.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
For the extra point.
And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let the return guy touch it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Miles Boykin incomplete. Bradley Roby on the coverage.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Jackson, looking for Andrews downfield, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And as you see, they were winners.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They're on 20-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So an opening drive interception to begin this 2nd half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the 2nd half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 38-yard line.
They go to Johnson again.
Duke Johnson, the ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Jordan Akins, incomplete.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that is no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Throwing now is Jackson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He finds some open field here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Forced out to it, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. For the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. His pass caught at the 4. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
A year ago, Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdown passes with 36, and many of those went to his tight end, Mark Andrews, who went to the Pro Bowl in his 2nd season in the league. He led all tight ends with 10 receiving touchdowns in 2019. Many people argue that he's Jackson's go-to guy. I say there's no doubt that that is his main target, and he goes to him again for a touchdown connection.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the